Welcome to another Positive Profiles. I'm Kimberly Skeet. It isn't every day that we get to come into the community to be a part of someone's home environment. And this young lady, she's actually taken the home environment and made it the community. I'm chatting with Rabiah Clarke. Rabiah, thanks for having us.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys.
Now, I want you to take me back to how you got involved in creating a community home school action type network.
Okay, so I have a lot of nephews and nieces, and I am very accustomed to helping them with their homework. I'm on top of them about their schoolwork consistently. So last year, early January, I was beginning to wonder, like, what's actually my purpose? What am I here for? I was not working or anything at the moment, and in my mind is like, I need to do something. Wee hours in the morning, I was laying down, preparing to rest, and lo and behold, the Holy Spirit came to me. Me and God had a chat, and God was saying, you have the education, the children love you, you are well-mannered and stuff. Why not teach the children some things that, assist them with their homework, do some good within the community, and then everything else can follow once you start my will.
Wow. So yes. You went from a position of not finding work, but the work finding you, and it was a positive work.
Yes, it's very much so. So Benevolence was then created. This program is on Saturdays. I call it Mass Day. I allow the children to come to the community center, and they would bring their homework, and I would assist them. Those without homework, they would help the younger ones, or even some in their same age group, to create a sense of togetherness, a sense of bonding. And I try to incorporate some fun, so it don't go too dull for them. At the end, we play games, we have refreshments, and last year we did events for almost every month. We had events such as Sports Day, we had Easter programs, Christmas parties, and I even do community meet and greets with the kids. When new children come in and they don't know who they are, I find out, I bring them together. I also try to do a lot of one-on-one talks and counseling, bring them together and stuff.
Now, you have had your share of counseling as well, coming through the Junior Monarch system.
Yes, I did.
And it appears to me that you've taken a lot of what has been taught there, along with your education, and said, well, you know what, I'm going to pour this into the members of my community. Now, tell us a little bit about some of the challenges that your young people are met with, that you try to foster a better environment for them.
Okay, so being honest and realistic, the crime and violence is not so bad in these prevalent days, but you can still see a lot of noise, drama, arguments, and even separation between the kids due to adults not agreeing with each other and stuff. And I was saying, even if the older persons have disagreements, it should not interfere with the bonds and relations that the children coming up should have, even though they are seeing certain things within the community that they probably should not be seeing. Even though they have experienced a certain level of trauma, there is still hope, there is still a way for them to become better during all of that. So I went to each parent individually, and they asked me, and I said, this is what I'm going to do. This is for the betterment of the children, and please, no conflicts involved. So I have a strict policy about conflicts being involved within the organization.
So conflict resolution, being able to learn to cooperate together. What about the learning now?
Yes. So I have actually had a lot of positive results. I had about 4 children last year who had most improved. This year I had 1 who had most improved and reading. The reading has changed significantly. A lot of low-level readers have become very, very accurate in reading.
Excellent.
So reading, all the word is improving. I'm happy to say that, but reading is the bonus, honestly.
And you seem to have this, you know, this vibrance when you speak about what you do and the kind of response you get from the children. What are some of the things that they come to you for, most of all, the things that they ask about?
Honestly, they would say things like, you know, you say that we shouldn't do this and we shouldn't do that. So I just let you know, so-and-so was doing this and so-and-so was doing that. That is not the right way to go, right? And then if they have a lot of questions, even outside of the Saturdays, a lot of questions about a topic they don't understand, they will come to me, Auntie Rabiah, you can help me understand this. Auntie Rabiah, you can help me with this. And I'm always happy to be there for them, even when they're having their own personal issues. I'm always open to them.
Now, this can't be an easy task. You mentioned that you started out benevolence out of a need to give back, but at a time when you were not employed. How do you keep afloat? How do you keep pouring into these children's lives?
Well, the joy and the enthusiasm from the kids, the improvements that I am seeing, even up to the parents, they are very enthusiastic for the days to come when they get to play and come out and watch the children celebrate the sports. They're happy about the improvements regarding the work and the behaviors and everything. So that keeps me going, and most importantly, praying to God and trusting Him.
Trust is most important. Rabiah, when we look at benevolence, as it is right now, you have a cadre of young people that come to you. How do you seek out those individuals who need this assistance most, or do they look for you?
Okay, so when I first started the program is in Bonnets Community Center. So I personally walked from house to house where I now have the children, and I spoke with persons. So I got majority of them to enroll. So on Saturday, majority of them are already there waiting for me, but you know, there are those few who I have to go and seek. So yes, I do have to go and look for some when the Saturdays come. I might have to call moms, dads sometimes, remind them, well, hey, I'm not seeing such and such. But they do turn up, majority, and I go and find very few.
I guess that's the reason why you say you would like to see more of this type of organization in various communities across the island.
Very much
because
so.
Someone else can naturally take that baton and run with it.
Yes, please. I believe this is an opportunity that would help enlighten and strengthen a lot of children in various communities, especially in these times now. I believe it is needed.
I know that there are so many persons that you've touched in some form or fashion through benevolence, but if you had to single out one or two individuals, even if you didn't name them, who would they be, and how have their lives been changed through your organization?
Okay, so one of them I could actually give you the name for. That is my niece, Clarke. She was very shy, and she actually had very much difficulty with opening up in class and talking amongst others. Even if she had the right answer, she always felt afraid. But I guess coming together with children that she knows and learning and developing, she actually took that skill back to school. Very open she became, and then we actually saw her begin to excel. Her marks were somewhere around the low 40s. We start to see marks changing to like 70 and 80s within a very short space of time, and she actually captured the award for most improved student at the St. Lawrence Primary School last year.
Excellent.
Yes, please. And there's a other young lady. She was going through a very difficult time, a lot of personal issues, and she would actually look forward to coming out the house to be engaged in a number of activities. And since then, she became more open and honest about her feelings, more enthusiastic, and I actually see her much more happy now and willing to associate with others.
Fantastic. So there's not only a academic development, but there's also an emotional development as well that happens in benevolence.
Yes, please. That's the
Wow. Fantastic. Rabiah Clarke, certainly leaving a smile on so many young people's faces, and including that, you can add mine. You've been watching Positive Profiles. I'm Kimberly Skeet.